Thor Ragnarok is directed by Taika Waititi and stars Chris Hemsworth, Tom Hiddleston, Kate Blanchett, Mark Ruffalo, Jeff Goldblum, Tessa Thompson. This film, Hela, the goddess of death, has returned to claim the throne of Asgard and bring Ragnarok, the end of the gods. While Thor is stranded on an alien planet where Jeff Goldblum's the big boss, head honcho, he has to find his way back to Asgard. This is the third Thor film and the 17th MCU film. By this point, the MCU could be easily be getting stale. Honestly, I find that it's starting to, but not yet. Indeed, a lesser franchise would be stale, rotting, and vulture food by now, but while it's had its ups and downs, I would probably call the MCU one of the most consistently good film franchises in existence, at least currently. I really like Spider-Man Homecoming from earlier this year, and Thor Ragnarok continues that streak pretty well. Seems like ever since Guardians of the Galaxy, Marvel realised that eventually they're going to need to stop taking themselves seriously, because we all know their big characters are probably going to be fine, because all their actors and actresses have signed on for 3, 4, 15 new films, and thankfully they decided to do it sooner rather than later. This film was actually really funny, almost like Marvel are hell-bent on ruining DC's shit by rubbing it in their face, how they've done it better in nearly every way so far. And I can smell the accusations of, oh, you're just a Marvel fanboy from here, but honestly, fuck you. Like, Marvel, they've done pretty much everything better than DC's cinematic universe so far, and thankfully, Thor Ragnarok is no exception. And like I said, I'll admit some Marvel films have been feeling a bit stale to me recently. You know, some of them, not all of them, but yeah, I was worried this would be like the other Thor films, which are probably the worst Marvel films in the MCU anyway. But yeah, Ragnarok, it does a bit to separate itself by having a good sense of humour about itself, not to the extent of Deadpool, but I did find it consistently funny, and sure, sometimes they did get a bit carried away with it, I thought, but that wasn't that often, really. Admittedly, the plot is a little thin, the same old, really, not a lot particularly innovative. But yeah, maybe it would have been better if they did go just full on Deadpool style comedy, breaking the fourth wall and all that. That's not to say it was badly told or anything, it's just the structure and the narrative are all a bit, well, a lot cliche. Not a lot happens you wouldn't have seen before, which is the biggest problem. But the performances are all great. Chris Hemsworth, he's still the only guy I could ever imagine playing Thor. Tom Hiddleston is still brilliantly cheeky, is the word I usually describe Loki as. I don't know, it's just the word that fits him, I think. Jeff Goldblum is Jeff Goldblum. Of course, he's fantastic. Although he is just kind of playing himself. And Kate Blanchett was, I imagine, was having a total ball playing a big villain for once, even if the villain was, well, I didn't really like Hela, the villain, like, at all, really. Which is a complaint I've had with a lot of, well, nearly all superhero films lately. The villains always seem to be crap. Hela's a bit better because of, you know, the comedic tone that spices it up a bit. But mostly, she came across as nothing more than an evil bitch and kind of an expositional mouthpiece. The other new characters they introduced were pretty good. They were pretty fun, especially the rock monster Thor's imprisoned with, who I don't actually remember his name, but Thor's in prison with the rock monster was pretty funny as well. And yeah, beyond that, it looks really good as well. I think Taika whatever his name is. I think I haven't actually seen any of his other films, but people like to bang on about them and how amazing they are, so maybe I should get around to doing it. And I think he did a pretty good job with this one, but unfortunately the story is a bit and I am feeling franchise fatigue starting to set in a bit, and I didn't enjoy it as much as Spider-Man Homecoming, but in the end, it was good. I'm going to give Thor Ragnarok a 7 out of 10. So guys, have you seen Thor Ragnarok? What did you think of it? Or, what's the best superhero film of the year? Whatever it is, let me know. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.